What's going on, guys? Brett Pro Angel here with Mario Jester, my bro. He's on Dragunities. How you like it, man?
Man, honestly, I love it. I've been waiting to play this deck for about the last year now, and it pops off. You know, like, it's fun to play. Kind of meta. You can argue it, but, like, honestly, I just enjoy it. I've liked Dragunities for many, many years, so
yeah.
I'm happy they got their support.
For sure. I like what you've been doing with it. So without further ado, man, let's just go ahead and dive into it.
All right, so let's start off. First off, we have the 2 cows and the 3 duck, or flank, sorry. So these are the most important tuners in the deck. You could argue Remus as well, but honestly, these are what get your combos started.
Yeah.
My ratios are 3 and then 2. I like the consistency. I wouldn't consider changing any of it. Furthermore,
that's fair.
3 Remus. This card is absolutely insane.
The most important.
It changes everything. Essentially, it is a 1.5 card combo by itself. It actually gives you access to your Ravine access to Sonatus to start some of the more broken combos in your deck. Without this card, honestly, I don't believe that this deck would be as broken as it is, in my opinion. Okay? Next, we have our next Draggunity package. We have our 3 extenders, our Legatus, our 3 Sonatas, and Ducks. I played around with the idea of bumping this card up to 2. Personally, I feel like it's there's sometimes it pops up, but Sonatas is infinitely better than it, and I want to keep my ratios accurate for consistency. Yeah. It kind of works out. It's consistent. I don't really want to skate above 40 cards. I think right now I'm at 41, but going up to that would change that further. Okay. Next, we have our 1 Levitate and our 1 Mistletoe. Okay. With the Levitate, important for continuing the combos, and Mistletoe. Mistletoe, I was playing it at 3 just because I wanted to see it, but then with Glow, it's ran a lot better at 1. I thought about bumping it up to 2 for right now. At 1, it's been pretty consistent in terms of getting the combo started. That, I believe, is going to conclude our Dragunity package.
Mistletoe's the brick, right?
Yeah, Mistletoe's the brick.
Gotcha.
You open it because you want to search it off a Glow. You don't want to add Levitate, so it serves its purpose in that case.
For sure.
Next, our honorary Dragunities. We'll have Black Wings and Pyros. Cards broken. Once per game, rather, for a reason. This is going to actually take you further in your combos when you pop off. With having this card, it's just, that's how you literally just get insane advantage. You can get like at least 3 negates in most cases. A lot of times in my common boards, I know with at least 4 to 5 interruptions. Okay.
That's fair.
Then we play 2 Baby Rock. We play 2. You don't want to have it at 1. The combo at minimum requires 2 to go insane, even with the subbar hand.
It's not a hard one, Speaker.
It is not. It's
broken.
Fun fact though, it can only be used off of your Gator in this particular build. Just to clear some stuff up, because it's a win effect. With the Ravine, you can't pitch it off of that for cost. Even though it can technically in other cases be pitched for cost, it has to be sent off of the Gator. Next thing, we got the sauce. So personally, guys, I don't like pendulum monsters whatsoever, but you have to play this card in the deck. Our pendulum package, we play a small one. We play our Dark Worm, and we play 3 Revolutionary Dragons. This card is going to be your Monster Reborn for your Synchro Monster, so, you know, I would say early game, it helps you pop off. If you get into, I would say, a middle grind game, by middle, like you're not in a super drawn-out duel, it lets you bring back your Synchro Monsters in the day that they're able to pop your board. So, like, for example, if I have Crystal Wing or my Aberdeer in the graveyard, I can just bring them back and then keep the game state going.
That makes sense.
And then we play the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. It's not what it used to be, but honestly, it's still a pretty good extender. I played that, I think, against you last round.
It's a big boy and pops off.
Absolutely. And it just helps, like, you know, if you have a Levitate or if you break, it helps being able to get to that to further extend and continue to play with your attack plays.
Yeah.
And then because we can, we Buster Lock. We have the 1 of.
He does this every game.
Yep. Because we can, honestly, just so you know, I'll do a combo tutorial for Brett's channel at a later point, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But you Buster Lock with the Arm of Levitate in the graveyard. It's our last play. Just because with part of our combos, we actually use a Buster Roll to send it to the graveyard, and then we bring it back, okay? And now, that I think will complete our monsters. You'll find out here in a second, but we're not playing any hand traps in this build, okay? We have, you're good. We have 3 Dragunity Glow, 1 Divine Lance, Glow is stupid, 3 Dragon Ravine, 1 Terraforming. So we're playing 7 Dragon Ravines. With this card, different than Dragon Links, it helps our deck just keep going. It helps get started. It helps do a lot. Having a permanent Rhoda and then having a permanent Foolish Burial is pretty good.
It's a lot of searches.
Yep, absolutely.
I
then
like
we
it.
play the 1 Foolish Burial.
What's your foolish target?
My foolish target's going to be, it depends on the situation. Most of the time, if I don't have a Dragunity equipped, like if I'm dealt with ducks, or I can send the Dark Worm first turn, it helps get it started that way as well. Next, we have the Monster Reborn, the 1 of Call by the Grave.
Yeah.
And we don't play hand traps, but then we don't like losing if we have to break boards, so we main board 3 Dark Ruler no more.
Ooh, spicy. Love it.
I was playing someone yesterday, and they tried to like set up a board, and I'm just sitting here like going second. I went a top 4 yesterday with it. I won every single game. I lost a dice roll to win a lot of it's because I opened this card, and I'm like, that's cute. Get your board out of here. So consistent, no explanation needed. The card's just stupid.
40
and
cards.
Then we play a 1 of trap. Now, not to go super into detail, but with this 1 of trap card, the Obolate, it's a counter trap to stop spell or trap cards and banish them. And then its additional effect, if I control a Dragunity level 10 Synchro in play, or level 10 Dragunity monster, I can have it gain 100 attack for each face-up card. Now, the reason I play this is because there is another version of this deck that plays like a Morph Lechery Lock. Having this card, if I open up, let's say, Glow, without having to get like a Romulus target, I can actually search this, so that way they can't Dark Ruler my board in the game. So that's my alternative option to not being able to do the full combo where you can't play spell cards. Okay? But I do like this variant so far. In my opinion, it has a little higher consistency than the Goliath build, which is why I'm playing it. And then I will move on to the extra deck, and I believe we'll wrap up.
All right.
With the extra deck, we are playing...
This is where the real spice is.
Yes, sir. Double Barca. Can you get away with 1? Yes, but I like having 2 because it helps you get a little further. 1 Gaydurk. Gaydurk, no explanation needed. Most broken synchro in the entire deck, works with all your combos.
Only 1?
Yep, only 1. Because we played this guy. So in testing, you would think Gaydurk would be better after you use the combo if I need to actually get further, but then I get caught at a loss. Let's say if they interrupt and get rid of my Gaydurk, this helps me continue going with my combos. Also, this helps get the third negate with going into Crystal Link. Okay? So, for what you guys don't know, because Flanks is a rather older card, what this card does is essentially when it's synchro summon, you can equip a Dragunity Tuner from the graveyard and then attach it as material, so that helps if you're level 8 plays, or if you need to go to level 10 to get into this guy, you can also do that with accounts.
Ooh, and he's the new one.
Yep, the new one's most broken one, and of the negates, in my opinion, probably arguably with Burrow Savage, but this does a lot. So this card's ability is when a monster effect is activated, your opponent X, you can actually banish that card by negate and banish that monster by banishing your Dragunity card. When it battles a monster, it acts as a demock, so it'll actually banish that monster. You have the option instead of sending it to the graveyard, and then if your opponent happens to get over this by card effect or destroying it, you Harpy's Feather Duster their board. So it's silly.
That happened to me.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nuts. Last but not least, our continuing negates, Burrow Savage and Crystal Wing. I would say an optimal board. So subpart, let's say, give you an idea, 2 cards, so not a 2-card combo to actually get this in either of these 2, and then a Buster Lock and an Interruption. Full combo with Sonatus, an Extender, and let's say a Glow, you end with 3 negates, the Counter Trap, and Interruption, so a total of 5 interruptions. But
That
Crystal
is
Wing,
actually wild.
yeah, it's actually pretty stupid. I agree. Crystal Wing, at this point, we all know what this card does.
Yeah.
So I'll move on to my next. We have 1 XYZ playing a Tom. Tom's absolutely stupid. No explanation needed for that. That's going to get your combo started with your Levitate, or if you need a Darkness Metal. Links, we play the Buster Welt, Pisty, LP, Triple Burst, and Herodic Seal. Quick run through. Buster Welt's going to send our Destruction Blade to the graveyard. Pisty is going to, we know what Pisty does because of Dragon Links, unfortunately. And LP the same thing. I'll be straightforward, guys. If LP actually hits hit at any point, this deck does not care whatsoever. We can still pop off, and then we throw 2 middle fingers. Continuing.
I've been telling Mario, if LP gets hit, he's just going to laugh.
Absolutely. It doesn't break the deck that much. It just, the combo changes. Triple Burst, Triple Buster continue with our LP plays. So with our play, typically we go... Again, you'll get more info in the combo tutorial, but typically we start for our Buster Welt. Buster Welt, for Dragunity Tuner, we go Pisty, and then we send our Extender in that for the Triple Burst Dragon to begin our Pisty plays. And then furthermore, we go with LP. Okay?
Sure.
Hermetic Seal needs no explanation. Then we play our Buster Steel. This card is broken. There are situations it does come up where you can technically end on the seal, so you have a decision flow to make if you want to end on the seal or actually get further with like another negate. Like let's say a lot of times I find myself in a case where I can either choose these two or I can choose to go this and have 3 negates. It just depends on the game state and like what you want to play.
That's fair.
I would say this will help with your recursion. If they happen to do stuff, you get a bounce, you can continue coming off and make the crystal wing anyway next turn. But having that skill. And then our last card, even though it is probably in opposite order, our Dragunity Romulus. Romulus is broken in this deck particularly. I know you guys are probably used to seeing this in Dragon Link a lot, but with this, it searches almost anything I need to get started with that. So this is going to search your Dragon Ravine, obviously. It's going to search your Dragunity Glove, and it's going to search our Counter Trap. Okay?
Ooh, that's broken.
So it's actually nuts, essentially.
Searching a counter trap that negates.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all I got, guys.
Any changes you would make?
I thought about the Dragunity Armogram in this build. I didn't play it just because I wanted to make sure I had my extenders and all my combo pieces to make sure it remained consistent. But there are a lot of times that Armogram popped up to where, this card would be dope if I had it. So I have thought about that card.
Nice.
Outside of that, I like the way it works. Side deck changes. That'd probably be my first step I would go with. But I've been happy with the way the deck's performed. I've went top 4 in 2 back-to-back tournaments with it.
Nice.
So I can't complain. It just kind of works.
All right. Any last words, man?
Nope, just one. Thanks for doing the profile. Shout out to Brett Pearl Angel. Shout out to my local game breakers, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for doing the profile, man.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.